Over the years, I've brought a ton of tech to help increase the quality and productivity of my work, but some of the most important tech that I own are the things for my relaxing time to help me avoid burnout. Over the last few years, all I did was work, and the things that I used to love, like gaming and watching movies, just didn't hit the same like they used to, and I didn't enjoy them as much because I felt like I should have been more productive, and that was kinda sad. That led me to burnout in 2025, so this year I need to change that. As of 2026, I am now freelance, so to be able to find the joy in what I used to love and avoid burnout, I need to be super productive during the day while maintaining high quality with my work. So these are the pieces of tech that help me do both. So first, let's start with the thing that I'll never be able to live without anymore when it comes to my work, and that's my MacBook. This is the M1 Air with 16GB of RAM, and this was probably the best purchase I think I've ever made. Going from editing on an old Intel i5 HB computer back in 2021 when I first started my creative journey to the magic of Apple Silicon just absolutely blew me away. This is getting a little outdated now, mainly because I did get 256GB of the SSD, so I will be looking to upgrade it soon, but if it wasn't for that, this base M1 chip will still last me a few more years. DaVinci Resolve runs so smoothly on it, but it does slow down a little bit though once you started color grading your clips, but for the price that you can get the newer M4 MacBook Air, it's probably the best deal anyone can buy. I've been debating getting a Mac Mini or a Mac Studio recently, but the versatility of a MacBook means that I'm not stuck to my desk all the time. Sometimes I do like to go out and edit at a coffee shop, or I like to sit on my sofa downstairs watching YouTube while I either write my next video ideas or maybe edit my website. If you are looking to buy a new MacBook though, I do recommend going for more than 16GB of RAM and at least 1TB of storage if you do edit videos, just to future-proof yourself for years to come, because these Apple Silicon chips are so good, I think they're good enough to last a decade. Now let's move on to something that not only helps me relax in the evenings, helps me avoid burnout, but also actually makes me look forward to work the next day as I'm not overworking myself, and that is my Steam Deck OLED. I've owned a PS5 since launch and I absolutely love it, but the Steam Deck OLED has really unlocked a new world for me when it comes to gaming, and that's simply because it's a handheld console. Just like my laptop, I'm not only limited to the sofa only like I am with the PS5, I can game anywhere on this, and one of my favourite places to game on it is in bed before I go to sleep. But what I also love about it is the freedom to bring it with me when I'm travelling. I used to stay down in London for sometimes up to a week filming food content a couple years ago, and sometimes I do stay in a hotel if I'm travelling far to film a wedding. And bringing my Steam Deck with me to game on during the evening is just so nice. It really does make me miss my Nintendo Switch, and it really does make me want to get a Nintendo Switch 2 to play Nintendo games on, but to be able to play games like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Elden Ring, Spider-Man and Forza Horizon 5 on a handheld console is just so impressive. It's really made me love gaming again, and it also stops me from doom scrolling, which is my biggest productivity killer and something I really do struggle with. So replacing that with gaming is something that really does help my work-life balance. I also have the option to hook up a Bluetooth controller to it and plug it into my monitor using HDMI if I ever do want to game at my desk, so it's kind of like having a mini gaming PC as well. And speaking of my monitor, this is the next piece of tech on the list that helps me with the quality and productivity of my work. The monitor I use is the Asus Pro Art 27-inch IPS monitor. Well, how does this improve the quality of my work? Well, the main reason I got it is because it's color calibrated straight out of the factory with 100% sRGB and 100% Rec 709 color accuracy. This is essential for me because it's perfect for color grading in DaVinci Resolve or Lightroom, because my videos and photos will look exactly how I want them when I do publish them online and for my clients. This also really did help me when I did create my SMP Cine LUT pack, which is actually tagged on this video if you do want to go check it out. You can purchase it on my website to support the channel, and you'll receive 11 creative LUTs that can be used on any camera. This monitor has a resolution of 2560 by 1440p, and it has a refresh rate of 60 Hz, so I can game on this if I do want to, and you can get a 4K version of this monitor, but it is just a little bit more expensive. Another feature that I needed my monitor to have was the ability to connect to my Mac with a single USB-C cable and not HDMI. Not only does this monitor do this, but it can also charge my Mac, as it can output 95 watts power delivery, so I don't even need to charge my Mac using a separate cable. This monitor is so good and I love it, and I will leave the affiliate link and all the other products that I will mention in this video in the description below if you are interested in purchasing them. While we're on the topic of screens, let's talk about the ultimate way I wind down and relax at night, and that is chilling on the sofa, watching TV or playing games on my 55-inch 4K OLED LG TV. Upgrading this TV from my old LCD TV is definitely on par from going from my old HP laptop to my M1 Mac, and it has absolutely spoiled me because once you go OLED, there is seriously no going back. The contrast, the colours and the deep blacks make every single frame pop and look so good. Being a filmmaker myself, I really do appreciate the way films are shot a lot more than the average person, and watching cinematographers like Roger Deakins or Greg Fraser and Hoyt van Hoytema's work on an OLED TV like this is just the best way to appreciate their craft when I'm not watching it on the big screen. It also immerses me into all of the games that I play. Red Dead Redemption 2 looks absolutely incredible on this TV, and recently I've been playing Clair Obscur Expedition 33 as well, and that looks unbelievable. It really lets me appreciate the colours and the art style so much more because it is an OLED TV, and I think I really will struggle to game on a non-OLED monitor or TV again when I do have this amazing 55-inch OLED to play on. I'm not gonna lie though, I would love to upgrade to a 65-inch OLED TV in the future. I think that'll be the perfect size for this living room. But thinking about it, I do think I've got a serious spending problem. I'm only on the 4th tech item into this video, and I've already said I want to upgrade my Mac to the new M6 OLED MacBook when that comes out. I want to get a Nintendo Switch 2, and now a 65-inch OLED TV. Maybe one day I'll be able to get all of them, and you can actually help with that if you want by subscribing to this channel. Only if you are enjoying the video though, which I really do hope you are, but yeah, please subscribe. Right then, so let's talk about something now that I definitely won't need to upgrade in the future, ever I think, and that's something that really does help me with my productivity and also really just helps me enjoy my work mornings, and that is this really cool electric coffee warmer. I've just started to work from home and I love my daily morning coffees. I hate lukewarm and cold coffee, it's absolutely minging. So I always ended up downing my coffee within 10 minutes. But this electric coffee warmer does exactly what it says it does, keeps your coffee warm. You can set it from 40 to 80 degrees, but my favourite feature is definitely the timer. Every morning I make my eggs on toast, make my coffee, and then I have a shower. But before my shower, I always put my coffee on the warmer and set the timer to about 1 hour, so it's really nice and warm when I come out. And it also means if I do forget to turn it off, it doesn't stay on all day and night. It's only a small thing, but I absolutely love it. Speaking of my morning routine, something that is absolutely essential in making me have a productive morning is my sleep. And one of the best ways to be able to track your sleep is the next tech item on this list, and that is this Nova R smart ring. This is something that I have been playing around with recently, and it has got me thinking if it can actually replace my Apple Watch. I don't think it will because of things like telling the time obviously, but what I do love about smart rings is the battery life. This ring can easily last up to a week, and because of that I do wear it to bed every single night, and it is really a great way to track my sleep. You can see how long you was in a restful, light or REM sleep for, and I have a bad habit recently of going on my phone right before bed for about 15 minutes. So I've actually recently brought the Let Them book by Mel Robbins, so I'm really intrigued to see if replacing my phone at night with a book will actually have a positive impact on my sleep at night and hopefully make me a little bit more productive and awake for the next day. You can also track things like stress and blood oxygen levels, your steps, and just a lot more. Nova did send this ring out to me to try out, but it is not sponsored at all by them, so thank you very much for that. But I am really enjoying using it and I will continue for the near future. The next item on my list is something that has improved the quality of my work massively, and this is actually 2 items, but they're pretty extremely similar to each other and do pretty much the exact same thing for me, and that is my Canon R6 Mark III mirrorless camera and also my Canon C50, which I'm actually recording on right now. These are the cameras that make my work possible. Being a filmmaker and photographer, these are absolutely essential in making high quality videos for my clients, but also for this YouTube channel. Like I said earlier, I've recently gone freelance in my video business and I mainly prioritize weddings. So my main setup will be the Canon C50 as my handheld camera with my new RF20-70 f2.8, mainly because the camera comes with this incredible XLR top handle, and I will be using the mic that I'm using to record all of this video on so far, which is the Sennheiser MKE600. The Canon R6 Mark III will mainly be my gimbal camera with either the RF 16-28mm f2.8 or the RF 24mm f1.4, but I am undecided on which lens to go for yet, but I do think it might be the 16-28. It'll also be my main photography camera as well, as it does have a viewfinder and a mechanical shutter, and you can also use flash with it, whereas on the C50 you can't use any flash. They are absolutely incredible cameras and I love them so much. I really can't wait to continue to use them in the near future for my clients and also for this YouTube channel. So moving back to something that really does help me relax during my free time is something that pairs perfectly with my LG OLED TV, and that is the Hisense AX5 Soundbar. The speakers on the LG OLED are actually pretty good for a TV, and I used them for like 5 years before I actually got this soundbar, but the difference in quality when using this Hisense soundbar is absolutely insane, to the point I actually get pretty annoyed when the soundbar has turned itself off and I can't find the remote. I just refuse to listen to anything now without the soundbar on. It sounds that good. What really does help me with immersing myself into my games and the movies I watch though is the surround sound speakers and subwoofer. Having the sounds come from all around the room when I'm playing Battlefield 6 on my PS5, you can really hear the bullets all around you, and it is such a cool experience. The soundbar actually has speakers on top of it as well that blasts up, so it's meant to actually bounce off the ceiling so you can hear stuff above you as well. So it's meant to be like a complete 5-channel all around surround sound system, which just makes the whole experience so good when you are playing games and watching movies. Like I said, being a filmmaker, I don't just appreciate the visuals of a movie, but also the audio, as the audio is actually the most important thing when it does come to making videos and especially films, which is why the next item on my list is something that has definitely increased the quality of my work dramatically, and that is the Tascam FR-AV2 audio recorder. This audio recorder paired with my Sennheiser MKE600 shotgun microphone is an absolute unreal combo in capturing some of the best quality audio, and that is actually how we recorded the entire dialogue in the short film that I worked on last year. Unfortunately, it isn't finished yet though, and I can't show you any footage, but it's something that definitely elevates the production of this film, and I can't wait to show you guys it in the near future because I'm so proud of what we've done. It hasn't just helped me with that though, because it was actually the way I recorded the audio at all of the weddings that I did film last year, as it can output timecode into my camera so I can actually sync the audio instantly in post-production. Why did I want to do that? Well, as weddings are so run and gun and they are so important, I don't want to have to worry about setting my audio levels for every different scenario that I'm in, and the Tascam FR-AV2 can actually record in 32-bit float, which is the highest quality audio you can actually record in, so I could actually set my levels later in post. Even if it was too loud or too quiet, it can recover the information pretty near perfectly. I could also have my shotgun mic connected into input 1 for sound bites on the day, and also my lav mics to capture speeches and ceremony in input 2. This has definitely elevated the quality of my work massively, and something I'm so glad that I have in my kit. Now, the last piece of tech that definitely really helps me avoid burnout, and it's probably the biggest one out of them all, even though I did say it's probably my LG TV, but that is my PS5. Similar to my Steam Deck, this is one of the best ways to immerse myself in a world with no distractions. I really do have a terrible habit of going on my phone when I watch movies or TV shows, but with gaming, my hands are busy holding the controller and playing the game, so I don't have that distraction when I normally watch movies. I'm a big single player and story gamer, and the reason why I got my PS5 in the first place was because of their amazing exclusives like Uncharted, The Last of Us, God of War, and Spider-Man, but another way that I do love to escape the world and enjoy my free time is with gaming with my mates. I don't do it loads now, unfortunately, but there's not really many better feelings than beating my mate 6-0 on FIFA over and over again. I hope you're watching, you know who you are, hopping on Battlefield or playing some Rocket League. Having this relaxing time to play games on my PS5, on my OLED LG TV while using the Hisense AX5 Soundbar really does stop me from burning out, and is something that I should have done a lot more last year. This allows me to be excited for my work the next day, and actually looking forward to using my Canon R6 Mark III or my Canon C50 so I can create the best quality work for my clients and also you on YouTube. Editing the amazing footage from these cameras on my MacBook and Asus Pro Art Monitor are ways to help me be consistent and productive during my workday, and then when that day is over, I can be satisfied with the work that I have accomplished for that day, which allows me to not feel guilty when I do want to do the things that really do make me happy at night. And these items of tech allow me to do that so I can keep a healthy and productive work-life balance.